Hey you guys, it's Jen at Jen's Haunts, and I have my next update for you on my Gothic church, my Halloween prop. So here's the door, and like I said, I did cut pieces of foam and overlay, and then that skull, I think I'm just going to shave a little bit off the back and have him looking down, and then at the end, this will have, ripped up plastic, and they'll have to walk through the plastic. So last time I talked to you, I was pretty concerned about how much all this was going to cost me in paint. I figured out I was looking at like $200 in black paint, and that just wasn't going to work out. So I went ahead and went to Lowe's and tried to find what Jay Wall uses on his pumpkins, and the first thing I found was this one. It was $35. But that was better than $20 a gallon because that's 5 gallons. So I went through that, and then I had to go back to get more. And then the stuff I bought the first time is gone. It's not even on the shelf anymore. And now here's this, which is, I think this is closer to what Jay Wall was using because it was like $17 and change. So if you live over by California, I couldn't find exactly what Jay Wall was using, but I think this is pretty darn close. So my Elmer's glue actually held together. I was kind of surprised. And the sea sponge foam roller that I showed you guys last week, it did work. I used it lightly. I tried to not put too much weight. I got lines anyways. And of course you don't want roller lines, but I think it'll look fine when it's up. It'll have to do. So here's the other side, and see, this is all, it's holding, it's strong, it's one piece, it's heavy, it's no longer wiggly, it's more like a door, or a wall, which is exactly, what I was going for. So that worked out really well. Do you guys think I should do molding around the outside of these windows? I will do a little ledge on the inside to hold the candles I bought, but I was just wondering your opinion. I don't know. Molding would probably add something. Tell me what you guys think. If I am going to do molding, I save these little bits, so that'd be easy. I just have to cut them and glue them on. So, you guys are going to think I'm hilarious, but I want fire on each side, and I was looking at those flaming cauldrons, and, I have a couple, and they're okay, but they are really heavy, and people were complaining about the fan being too loud, and it barely blew, and I found this, and I thought, I'm going to try it. So it's a child's toy. The batteries go in here, and it's got this little woodsy thing. And I thought, oh man, it looks so plastic. It's so cheesy. But honestly, in the dark, this flame is fantastic. It looks great, and just with a little bit of dark, this really does look like wood. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. But I found a way to do the stained glass windows super cheap. I'm really excited to show you, so give me just a minute. Okay, you guys, so I was pricing out the plexiglass. It just wasn't possible. The cheapest stuff I could find was going to cost me $20 a window, and I can't afford that. I put in $5, and the one at the back of the church is really big. So I'm looking at thick plastic, and I'm thinking, well, that's going to suck. And I walked by this, and I thought, holy shit, this is perfect. This is what they put in that overhead lighting in businesses. And it was $7 a sheet. So then I thought, okay, well, I'm supposed to splice this and splice it some more, and then hopefully you're going to bend it, and it's not going to crack. So I bent it, and it cracked. And then I thought, wait a minute, this is plastic. I'm going to use my little heat tool. So this tool I bought to do the backsplash of my hearse and the decorative piece behind the casket carriage. So it came with all these different, you know, tools. And this one's a cutter. So I got it hot and I cut it out. And this is what it looks like. Awesome, right? So this is the part that's going to be inside. But I'm trying to keep my lines as nice as possible because, you know, you'll see that as well. There will be a ledge. And then the candles that I showed you like 2 videos ago, those will shine through the windows out onto the street. I just, you know, picked a skull. And then, you know, this was a little smaller, so I had to freehand it. But, and then I also just Googled Gothic stained glass windows, and this seemed to be the easiest pattern. So when the kids are looking at it, it'll look like that. I'm not going to put any color in the face. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. But the sides, I think I'm going to do this one yellow, and then I'm going to do red. And then I also have green and orange. So I think I'll decide some kind of pattern that I want to do, but I want to keep it as Halloween as possible. So I'll paint each panel. I want them to be translucent but solid. So that's the way I decided to paint them. If I'm worried about these little edges cracking, I'm going to go through and put that black electrical tape around it, and that way it won't hurt anyone, and hopefully it won't spider web or crack or do anything weird. So I have a little update on the cauldron creep, and I'm going to show you this in the dark because it really, I'm telling you guys, it really is kind of fantastic. Okay, so hang on just a minute. Okay, you guys, so here's the light. So isn't that, I'm going to turn the camera, sorry. Isn't that good? 14 bucks. It weighs almost nothing. I'm going to put the holder on the outside. I'll just put in an extra piece of wood for it. And when you hold it up against the dark, it reflects off the back of the dark wall. I think it's going to be awesome. So $14 well spent. Got it off Amazon. It was cool. And then every time I say I'm done, I just don't always end up being done. I have all the directions for that floating chandelier. So we'll see if I have time. It might be this year, it might be next year, but I'll have 2 empty windows. One of them I'm going to use my husband's projector, so I'm looking at some scary stuff for that. But the other one, I would love to get this going on the 2 motors and have it, you know, fly around like the Disneyland. So I have one of the motors I need and all the directions. So it just depends on if I can fit this in, because I have to start unloading the attic September 1st. And that goes all the way to the back. It's a 16 by 20. So, oh, holy moly, I started in January and all of a sudden I'm out of time. Okay, so give me a minute and we'll look at the cauldron creep. Okay, so he made a little progress. He got the rest of the body put on there, and he had to, you know, do a repair. Its spine was broken, so, and then he had to use the zip ties to put it all together. So there's that, and yeah, it's coming along. We have the motor that goes in the cauldron. It's right here. So, and we've got the parts that we need. And then he is going to do the great stuff and the chicken wire. I have better chicken wire than that. I don't think we're going to use that. The spaces are too big. And put it around the bottom. But that cauldron should light up anyways. And that's about it. I did take all my gray paint and mix them together. Even the Drylock, to do that sponge painting. So now I have a bunch of that. I thought that sponge painting was going to take a lot of paint, and it didn't at all. So if you do this project, you don't have to worry about getting like more than a can or two because you need almost nothing. So okay, you guys, I guess that's it for this week. You guys are building. I've subbed like 1 million people, and now every day I don't have enough time to watch everyone's videos. But I'm trying to keep up. And if I don't get back to you straight away, Google, for some reason, changed. They separated my emails from social to promotion to primary or something, and all I use is social. So now I don't get any notifications when I get your guys' emails. So I'm sorry I'm missing the Hangout calls, and I'm sorry I'm not emailing you back straight away, but I have to go look for your messages now. And when I get the Hangout call for Honor's Hangout, it doesn't even ring. I don't even get a message, so it's all really stupid. So I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright, you guys, have a great week.